Hi, guys. We are going to continue our read aloud of One and Only Ivan. Last time, Ivan tried to show Julia his puzzle for Ruby, and she didn't understand what it was. So, angry, thump. The sound, my sound, echoes through the mall. George and Julia spin around. Julia drops her backpack. George drops his keys. The pile of pictures goes flying. Thump, thump, thump. I bounce off the walls. I screech and bellow. I beat and beat and beat my chest. Bob hides under knot tag, his paws over his ears. I am angry at last. I have someone to protect. So, who is the person he has to protect? It's Ruby. He's trying to protect Ruby. Puzzle pieces. After a long while, I grow quiet. I sit. It's hard work being angry. Julia looks at me with wide, disbelieving eyes. I'm panting. I'm a little out of shape. What the heck was that? George demands. Something's really wrong, Julia says. I've never seen Ivan act that way. He seems to be calming down, thank goodness, George says. Julia shakes her head. He's still upset, Dad. Look at his eyes. My pictures are scattered all over the floor like huge autumn leaves. What a mess, George says, sighing. Wish I hadn't bothered sweeping tonight. Do you think Ivan's okay? Julia asks. Probably just a temper tantrum, George says. He reaches under a chair to retrieve a brown and red picture. Can't say I blame the guy. Been stuck in a cage all those years. George starts to answer, but then Julia starts to answer, but then she freezes. That's Stella. That's my Stella, by the way. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. I think this is Stella's first appearance on camera. Hey. She stares at her feet where my pictures lie in disarray. Dad, she whispers, come see this. I'm sure he's another Rembrandt, George says. Let's pick up these and get going. Dad, she says again, seriously, look at this. George follows her gaze. I see blobs. Many, many blobs, along with the occasional swirl. Please, can we go home now? That's an H, Dad. Julia kneels down, straightening one picture and then another. That's an H, and here, she grabs more pictures. I put this one here, and I don't know, maybe that one. You have an E? George rubs his eyes. I hold my breath. Julia's running now. She picks up one picture, sets down another. It's like a puzzle, Dad. This is something. It's a word. Maybe words. And a picture of something. A giant picture. Joel's, George says. This is crazy. But he's looking at the floor too, wandering from picture to picture and scratching his head. H, Julia says. E-O. Julia chews her lip. H-E-O. And that looks a lot like an I. H-E-O-I. Not the letter, an actual I. That's a foot. Or maybe a tree and a trunk. Dad, I think that's a trunk. Julia runs to my window. Ivan, she whispers, what did you make? I stare back. I cross my arms. This is taking longer than I thought it would. Humans. Sometimes they make chimps look smart. Let's see. Oof. The next chapter is really long, so we're going to save that for tomorrow. Do you think that George and Julia will figure out what Ivan's picture says? Do you remember what it says? I do. Let me know. I'll see you guys later. Bye.